Denton Estate has existed for over 1,000 years, and a group of us had the opportunity to buy it, and it changed hands in March. Let me explain that the 5 pillars that have steered our whole vision for this estate. So the 5 pillars are maximising the biodiversity. How much carbon can it capture? Food. Let's keep the food in the picture and keep the amount of human food production the same as it's always been off the estate. There's water. Let's see how much water we can avoid causing flooding downstream. And the final one is to enable people to connect with nature and really enjoy and value and learn about the nature that exists here. So those are the 5 things that we've set ourselves for our vision.
So this is a 42-hectare woodland planting site on which we're planting 51,000 native broadleaf trees across this marginal ex-grazing land. It's linking neighbouring woodlands, so as you can see to the left and to the right of me we've got compartments here, and it's creating this biodiversity corridor throughout the estate.
So White Rose Forest, we're one of England's community forests. We work over North and West Yorkshire to increase the amount of woodland creation in the area. So big schemes like this are brilliant for us to get to that target for woodland creation in England. We work primarily through Trees for Climate for the rural areas, and this is a really great flexible grant that's through DEFRA, through the Nature for Climate Fund. So Trees for Climate is able to fund various different parts of the woodland creation scheme. So here it's the tree guards, the trees themselves, the stakes, the labour for the tree planting teams to come in, the fencing. We've also got the mounding, the ground prep that happened, and that's going to be really integral to the future maintenance of the site. So we're actually reducing the need to potentially use chemicals in the future as we've created this non-competition zone around the trees. So that is brilliant again that the grant can cover that level of ground preparation.
So I've been involved in a number of White Rose Forest projects. One that we implemented probably about 3-4 years ago was at Broughton Hall, where we planted over 250,000 trees. As those trees have now grown, some of the tree shelters are now at a stage where they're no longer required for protection around the trees. So we've had a programme of removing those shelters. Because of the link up with White Rose Forest, we've been able to use those tree shelters. So these tree shelters that we've got here are now in a second life.
As an estate here, I'm new to estate management, and in order to get these 100 acres planted, we needed to work with someone who knew how to apply for the grants, who knew how to put together the design, to optimise the design for the long-term future of the land, and someone who could get all the surveys done. Now, White Rose Forest came highly recommended from other estates that had used them nearby. They did a great job at Broughton, and so we connected with them and asked if they would support us in putting forward all the details and obtaining the grant and the funding and the design. And we've ended up with quite a complex design, but we think it'll totally optimise the opportunity here. And it's been a real delight to have our hand held by White Rose Forest in the process of doing that. It's just a great collaboration.